Now, as regular viewers know, and I've stressed this before, elections clearly do have consequences. And in order to make a difference with elections, you clearly have to show up. Well, I want to just go back to a story that we had talked about last year in the city of Yakima, which is located in eastern Washington. And we actually had one of our highest viewed videos last year was a story about the mayor of Yakima, Mayor Deccio here, who we basically caught calling 911, trying to silence people who were collecting signatures for one of the successful Let's Go Washington initiatives that are going to be on the ballot next year that had been collecting. They were collecting last year in front of the Wal-Mart in Yakima. And she was trying to disparage the people who were collecting signatures, calling them far right-wing signature gatherers because she didn't like the fact that they were collecting signatures to reduce taxes. Now, this video got a lot of views. It actually got about 90,000 views for the first video, and then our follow-up video that I did on it, just talking about the records request that we had on her personal cell phone, showing that she was using her personal cell phone for city work and also communicating with attorneys who were then helping to theoretically helping to convince her to sue me and threaten me for daring to expose just how corrupt their mayor actually is. This was a very popular video series that we did last year. But we had an election in November, and the way things worked out in Yakima was probably very different than how Mayor Deccio wanted them to. Now, I don't know how much the story that we did made an impact, but it was pretty impactful. And the fact is that there's a whole new group of people, and you can see here from this video that were being sworn in, and none of these people were people that Mayor Deccio supported. So it was a very different group of people, focused a little bit more on liberty, freedom, and hopefully better for the city of Yakima to have these people, the new crew coming into the city of Yakima being elected. Now, city of Yakima, the council, when you elect a city council there, they actually vote for the new mayor. And this is just another example, and I really like to emphasize this to people. Elections do have consequences, and one of the significant consequences of what I would consider a change election like this, where you get brand new people coming in who want to do the right thing and want to represent the people of Yakima, not the special interests that Mayor Deccio was focused on. When you get new people like this in, then things do become very different. And most notably, of course, was the fact that she is no longer the mayor of Yakima. And I think this video here will illustrate just, it's kind of boring, it's mundane stuff in government, but this is how it works, and I want you to watch this.
The floor is now open for nominations for mayor.
I would like to nominate Patricia Byers for mayor.
So do we need to do a roll call on that now, or just wait till we have another nominee? Oh, do you accept it?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Okay. Anything else?
If there are other nominations, they can.
Are there any other nominations? Okay. So votes will now be taken on the nomination. In the order they were made, we have one. So, City Clerk, please conduct a roll call vote for the first nominee for mayor, Councilmember Byers.
Berg,
Yes.
Brown,
Yes.
Byers,
Yes.
Deccio,
Yes.
Glenn,
Yes.
Herrera,
Yes.
Roy,
Yes.
Okay, so then that means, okay, so you are now mayor.
Yes. So we
So
will
you can
change
take
this. Yep.
over. Thank you. Out of the way.
So, I mean, this is nothing super amazing or exciting when it comes to local government. It's just another day at work, and anybody who attends a lot of these public meetings, you'll see these. But see these types of things go on. It's a very civil process, and in fact, if you'll notice, to Mayor Deccio's credit, there, she actually voted for her replacement. In fact, it was a unanimous vote. A new mayor is in town in Yakima, and that's a city that definitely needed one. Now, Mayor Deccio herself is not going to be up on the ballot until next year, 2025. So we'll see if she decides to change her ways or not. But no matter what, the people of Yakima clearly spoke, and the voters changed their mind on the direction they wanted that city to go in. Now, I don't know if that means that you won't have anybody in that city council who wants to try to call the police and use 911 and call them on signature gatherers again, but I seriously doubt they're going to be doing that anymore. Elections do have consequences. And, this is just, I know, one small city, one small town in the state of Washington where the voters made a difference, and it doesn't get a lot of press and doesn't get a lot of attention. But in my opinion, it's very important to note these little victories where sanity prevails, people show up, they actually decide to make a difference, and they can make changes in their local government where they live. Just like you can make changes where you live. It doesn't matter if you're living, and especially I've looked around Washington State quite a bit in this last cycle, you had good impacts, I thought, in the city of Berrien, in places like Ocean Shores, and Kelso, and Longview, and many, even the city of Seattle, of all places, where some of the craziest people didn't get into office, which is a new step for that city. Things change. They start with stories like this. A lot of people aren't paying attention to it, but stories like this, and it makes a big impact. And it's because people are showing up. Because, as I always say, the future belongs to those who show up. In the city of Yakima, people showed up and they made a difference. There's a new mayor in town, and perhaps the elected officials there can get back to doing something for the people instead of trying to harass them. Thanks so much for watching.